Hi everyone. So here is the weigh-in information. This is going to take a little bit of getting used to because I'm using my phone for better quality and I have to get used to looking at a dot that's just over there as opposed to when it's vertical. Um, when it's portrait, the camera's right above, so it's fairly in line with the eye view, but this is sort of like to my left, and it's quite off-putting. But anyway, we'll get used to it, I suppose. So the first week on Carnivore. So I have actually vlogged every day last week. It's quite lengthy, but I'm going to upload that on Wednesday so that you guys can get an idea of the things that, the thoughts that were going through my mind, changes that I noticed, and just little things like that. It's a lengthy one. It's like 50 minutes, but if people are looking for what it's like during that first week, then that's probably going to be a really good video to watch. So I will upload that on Wednesday. But for now, we have the weigh-in after being on Carnivore for 1 week, 7 days. So when I got on the scales this morning and I saw the weight, I actually got off the scales and got back on them again because I didn't actually believe it. Now, we all know that the first week of just about any diet, lifestyle change, that first week is usually quite a phenomenal sort of loss for a lot of people. Because if you bear in mind, we all know what happens in that first week. We're getting rid of toxins, we're totally changing what we're eating, and the body's like, oh my gosh. So there's many things that happen. One of the first things that happens is that, you're doing a lot of weeing, and amongst other things, I won't even go into that right now. But all of those things factor in to that first week of like the body just going, right? Now, I sort of worked out that, I'm 56. I've roughly been on and off diets for about 40 years of my life, okay? This carnivore diet has given me the first week's loss that beats every single diet lifestyle change that I've been on. It has broken the first week records of all the diets and lifestyle changes that I've ever tried. So I will just pop in the spreadsheet here and you will see that I have lost in 1 week 7.7 kilos, which is about 16.98 pounds. And if you consider that there are 14 pounds in 1 stone, I've lost over a stone in a week. In 1 week. I quite realise that next week's going to be different. I quite realise that. But that first week loss, I've done the Jenny Craig, I've done the Gloria Marshall, I've done the Scarsdale diet, I've done the Tony Ferguson, I've done keto, and many, many others. A plethora of diets. But my first week loss has never been anywhere near 7.7 kilos. Ever. So now I'm going to start putting in some photographs for you guys. I can see some differences in my face. I can see some differences in the front, with me standing face front. Basically on the sides, near my hips, that's where I see it. That's where I'm seeing that loss. And yeah, I mean, the pain that I have in my legs is less. I've also noticed that when I come out from the door here to the back patio, there's quite a foot, sort of like a footing drop of a step. And that always absolutely kills my legs. It freaking hurts. But I've noticed today, for instance, that the pain of coming down that step is less. I am astounded at the weight loss on the scales. That's just unbelievable. I know it's the first week, and everybody usually loses a lot of weight during the first week, but like I said, I've been doing diets for a long time, really, really long time, and it is the biggest first week loss I've ever had, ever, without doubt. Like I said, when I first got on the scales, I'm like, that can't be right. I got off and then got back on them again. And sure enough, I'm like, what? So, yep, I have just been eating meat. I have been eating butter. I have been increasing the fats. I made some changes in terms of the drinks that I was drinking. I cut out Pepsi Max and all of those aspartame kind of drinks. I only drink either coffee with cream or it's a product called Bubbly, Bubly. I've got 2 flavours, lime, and the other one is blackcurrant, and they're both lovely. They are not overly sweet. In fact, they're not sweet at all. It's just the taste of the fruit, if you like, but there's nothing nasty in it. I even changed the sweetener that I've used. I went from those, the things like Hermesitas or Sweet and Low, things like that. They have some nasty little fillers in them that actually spike your sugar. So I took it out, completely took that out and went to monk fruit. I'm still getting used to that, but I'm definitely getting there. When I did sort of get up this morning, I found I wasn't that hungry. I had maybe 4 pieces of bacon and a coffee. That's it. I can't see me eating anything until dinner. Just not hungry. My son was quite concerned. He said, "Is that all you're going to have?" And my 15-year-old, he says, "Is that all you're going to have for your breakfast?" I said, "Well," I said, "I guess my body is sort of like trying to sort of work through its own problems here." I said, "I'm still quite sedentary, so, it's possible that the body's going, okay, so this is what you're doing with the food intake. Okay, so in that case, if you're not going to move a little bit, until you move more, then you only need this much food." And I would guess that when my movement increases, then I may have more. I honestly think that shortly, very soon, that it's going to be a coffee for breakfast and some water, and I won't eat anything until dinner. That'll be the main one meal. And it won't be because I've designed it that way. I just can feel my body saying, "No, you don't need it. You're okay. You're fine from dinner last night." I could just feel it. And so, when more weight comes off and more pain gets alleviated, then that movement's going to increase. I'm obviously moving more because, back and forward to the toilet to Tinkles all the time. But then as that movement increases, then obviously, you're going to be burning more. So the body will probably, I don't know. At this stage of the game, I just do not know. It's anybody's guess. I'm just astounded at the first week results. It's insane. Honestly, I expected maybe 1 or 2 kilos, but I did not expect 7.7 kilos. I'm like, what? So, yeah, here is the first week's worth of carnivore done and dusted. Yeah, I'll keep doing these every Monday for you guys, and probably on Wednesday will be the previous week and what I went through so that you guys can see. Just fair warning, I'm not editing these videos at all because I want all that brain fog, the brain trying to think and keep up with the mouth and all of that. I want an accurate documentation of the whole process. So I'm not putting those little cuts in the videos. You're going to get long pauses. You're going to get the whole works. So let's just pray that fog lifts. So, folks, by all accounts, it will. So, yeah, I just don't know what else to say except that is an astonishing first week. And it was really quite easy. You'll hear me say that quite a bit in my vlog on Wednesday, that you're just not going to get more simple than this. You just ain't. If you want something simple, if you are in a lot of pain, any part of your body, if you're in a lot of pain, you've got some medical issues, whatever, have a look into the carnivore diet, because within 4 days I started to feel less pain in my knees. 4 days. It's not just because of the weight. I've been this weight before. And I have not felt the relief in my knees. It's definitely to do with the nutrients from the meat and from the fat, from the ketosis, from the inflammatory things that everybody eats. It's definitely due to both of those things, the loss of the weight and those things that cause the inflammation. I'm absolutely certain of it. So I will always say that I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional, not by any stretch of the imagination. If this is something that you want to look into, and if this is a lifestyle change that you want to, you're possibly thinking of, I do strongly suggest that you do some more research on YouTube. There's a lot of professionals out there. Some I've even listed on my page at the beginning, my featured channels. I would also speak to your GP, although I will say this, not all GPs are going to be okay with it, just so that you know. Even with all the data, they're not going to be okay with the fact that cavemen did all right with just eating meat. So if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us. They're just not going to be sold on it. So when you do talk to your doctor, make sure that you have a doctor who's got an open mind. That's all I'm going to say, because society hasn't quite caught up with the benefits of a carnivore diet yet. And that's one thing I have learnt in my travels of researching and looking at videos. The medical profession just hasn't caught up yet, and they really need to. They really need to get a clue. Because people who are on this thing should not have to shout and scream and go, "Oi!" It should just be. Um, but yeah, that's my soapbox for the moment. I'm going to go and if you would like more content like this, then please subscribe, like, comment your little hearts out, and I'd love to hear from you. And there'll probably be an upload on Mondays and Wednesdays. Definitely Mondays. Every Mondays there will be a weigh-in with results, good or bad. Wednesdays, I will keep doing the daily vlogs. They're going to get shorter. I'm going to make it mindful. I'm going to be mindful of making those a little bit shorter, even if I do them every day. And I will upload those on a Wednesday. In the meantime, I will sign this off, as I will sign off every video. Be kind to those around you, but more importantly, please, please be kind to yourselves.